Hey, everybody, back with you tonight. Mississippi Scholar, the film, the movie. We are talking about it tonight. We are excited. Soon enough, it will start filming. So I want to welcome to our special broadcast tonight, Shannon Brown and Dominic Arvielo. Welcome, guys, to the show. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Some incredible young talent. And I mean, we're talking young. You guys are both just got out of school literally today. I think, Dominic, you're still at school, which we appreciate.
I still am at school.
Appreciate you coming in to talk about this incredible movie. So, guys, let's talk about how you got involved in this. Both of you are starting some pretty fun careers, and I know these are names that everyone's going to want to watch and see where you go in the film industry. Shannon, let's start with you. You're 18? Is that right?
Turning 18 in 2 months.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations. So tell me, how did you get into acting? What made you think this is the thing I have to do?
So the way I got into acting, I went to elementary school in Indiana called School 70, and my theater teacher had me like demonstrate for a lot of the fifth graders and thought I had like a knack for acting. And she told my mom to get me into acting. And my mom, we didn't really listen at first because I only did sports at the time.
Yeah.
But we finally listened, and the first two things I auditioned for, I ended up getting. And so, we thought maybe I can do this. And I had always wanted to be on TV. Obviously, just from Indiana, you never know how. So
yeah,
it's
harder when you're in the Midwest, right? You're not on the coast. You kind of have to be discovered. So tell us about some of those early experiences, because you've worked with some pretty talented people. That must have shaped the way you look at the industry.
Yeah, so I've worked with some amazing talent over my career. Halle Berry was the first ever person I went across, acted across in a TV show.
Wow.
Which she is a phenomenal actress, as we all know.
Yeah.
So getting to experience, firsthand, watching her act and learning tips from her. Bill Paxton took me under his wing. He was one of the nicest people I've ever met. So really hurt me when he passed away. So he gave me a lot of tips. A lot of celebrities have helped me just see a different perspective in the acting world, if that makes sense. How to have thoughts when you're thinking about what you're saying before your line, how you say your line, different beats. So yeah, a lot of my experiences with Halle Berry and the rest of them have definitely helped me in a lot of ways.
Now, you appeared in it was a Grey's Anatomy episode?
Yes, I appeared. It was like a school field trip for my school, like my character in the show, and so we ended up going there, and I was the kid that was asking all the questions. That was a great experience. Everybody on that set was super nice, and getting to be a part of that history of that show is incredible, and I will always be happy.
Yeah, that's amazing to have that on your resume. There are few shows like that, right? That you can say I was a part of that, even a small part. That's extremely cool. So we're going to get into Mississippi Scholar a little bit and your role. I'm going to go to Dominic now, though. Dominic, I want to ask you some similar questions. I mean, you're young. How did you decide like acting is my thing, and what kind of opportunities have opened up to you?
I'd say the same. Through theater, through school, I never really was good at sports, so we kind of turned to the alternative, and I started doing theater at a pretty young age, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And through that, I was able to pick up skills that led me to Mississippi Scholar, and other performances. This is my first on-set performance. I've only ever done theater, so it's going to be
Wow.
different, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, that'll be a total change for you. So when you started doing theater, what was the thing that made you realize, okay, this is going to be a career? I mean, you caught the bug, you know you have something unique. How do you look at that and say, I think I'm different than everybody else. I think this is like a God-given talent.
Well, it's pretty rare for someone to be comfortable performing. I would say like there's not a lot of people that are comfortable speaking and performing in front of people, and I found comfort there, and I really enjoyed it, and I decided to kind of pursue it as an occupation, and this is the field that I wanted to go into.
It's going to be fun to see how you feel in front of the camera differently than just on the stage, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the difference and feeling when performing in front of a camera rather than an audience. But I'm really excited.
Shannon, you've had both, so you can compare and contrast the camera to the stage. Tell Dominic what he's in for.
So stage, I felt I'm not gonna lie, I felt a lot more home at stage, but you get, you know, the audience's reaction, which you can feed off of. But when you're on camera, it's like a different mindset. You know, like this is going out to, you know, hundreds and thousands, you know, millions of people.
Yeah.
But getting to look back and watch your work, or like go back and see, hey, maybe I should fix this here. It's definitely a lot better, I would say.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
different, better, interesting. This movie is special, and we're going to dig into why it's special. And we know PJ Leonard wrote it, and of course, he does an amazing job whenever he's involved in producing any movie. The script is special. I want to specifically share with everybody a little bit of the feeling of the cinematographer and his skill set, because we're talking to people here that want to get involved in the movie, and they're probably saying, okay, is this going to be a high-end movie, right? What's the final product going to look like? So let's share Ruben Lattre's work here. Just watch this compilation of how talented he is, and he's going to be your cinematographer. Hold on here. Let's take a look at this. Pretty impressive stuff. Shannon, that's pretty exciting to be involved with someone that has that level of skill set.
Yeah, very. Just looking at those shots, you can definitely tell he is one of a kind,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So the opportunity for the guests that are listening to this, and I know this is going to be shared a lot, is to get involved in this movie. It's an independent film. What's rare about that is you have a chance to get involved financially for not as much as you would think, and then reap the rewards of that and be connected to something very, very special. Something
Mm.
that not only is a script special, but where they will be filming on site is special. Dominic, some of your fellow actors that'll be involved, you've met many of them by now, I would expect. Also, some really incredible people who will be working with you guys. Dominic, are there specific people on the cast that you're really excited to work with?
Yeah. Well, when I first did my tape audition, I worked with Sonny, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really excited to collaborate with him in scene
Right.
work because it was awesome. He gave me a lot of direction, which I think led me to me being casted in this movie. So yeah, I'm really excited to work with him and every other person on the cast. Shannon, I'm excited to work with you, and
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
same
just
here.
excited to shoot a movie.
Yeah. Well, you guys play friends in the movie. Shannon, your role as James, main role of the movie, it's really
Mm.
about him. So I want to talk a little bit about that because the story is inspiring and we don't want to have any spoilers here. We don't want to give it away.
Right.
But it's a story that a lot of people can relate to on different levels. So when you read the script, what was your reaction to James?
My initial reaction was it was honestly, I don't I don't know how to describe it. Because you know, reading it, you see like the trouble that, you know, somebody goes through, and you know that like there's other kids and there's other students and a lot of people in James's situation. um, so reading it, just learning about that was incredible, and I think it couldn't have been written a better way.
Yeah.
um, and I'm very excited to be able to bring it to life and show other kids that there's other alternatives in life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a story about choices, right? And the ability to move beyond situations you may have been born into or things that were beyond your control and choices you can make. So, Shannon, how do you prepare for a role like that? By now, I know you've been taught by many different people on acting methods. And so you read the script, you get into this character. What will you be doing to really prep for the character of James?
To truly prep for the character, I need to I need to talk to PJ more, and just learn the full story. I want to know, every detail.
Yeah.
And a way that I act is truly getting into that character's mindset. So I'm starting to train myself to kind of be James.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of just how I'm like starting to get ready. I've been in acting classes, always working on my craft. I want to truly make sure that this movie is as great as the script is.
Yeah, it's such a great script. Dominic, tell us about your character Puckett. He's good friends with James. Tell us a little bit about his personality.
Yeah, from reading the script, Puckett seemed very fun, a very fun character to pursue. He's very comedic.
Yeah.
It seems in some scenes he's very comedic, and but he also can get very serious, and he understands the situation his really good friend is going through. So I really
Yeah.
liked the way Puckett was portrayed in the script.
Yeah, a supportive friend. So I have to
Hmm.
ask one thing that people that don't act always wonder about. How do you memorize all these lines?
Mm,
I mean, truly, this is a valid question, right? I mean, how do you, and especially you both coming from theater where you don't get takes, you don't get to
Right.
start over. So Dominic, share some, share some kind of tricks of the trade of how do you memorize all these lines?
that's a tough one. I guess when you work a show so much, sometimes the lines will just naturally memorize by themselves.
Yeah.
Because when you're forming a show, it's months of practicing the same scene over and over again. So you're kind of forced to memorize it. But I guess one trick is uh, just reading it over and over and over again until you like can't not memorize it.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
I would think, Shannon, the more that blend with the character and understand the character, those lines become part of who he is and his personality. So it's not per se word for word, but it's a way in which you approach the subject. So is it always
Yeah.
memorization, or is it more just being James?
For me, it's more of just being James. Obviously, memorization. You know, I memorize the lines, but truly becoming that character and getting in that mindset is another great way to sort of memorize the lines, even if it's not word for word,
Right.
like you said. But just getting into that mindset is also a great way to memorize.
Yep, absolutely. So, you guys have a great opportunity here with this independent film. And one of the things we want to get across tonight to the audience is they have an opportunity to get involved and they don't have to memorize any lines. All they have to do is write a check and get involved and be part of the team that's funding this. And it's 3/4 of the way funded. We're going to start. Filming in May is the plan right now. So, this is one last chance for people to get involved. I just want to show something, guys, here, a little raffle that's going on right now. If you go to the Mississippi Scholar Film.org website, what you can do is actually get a ticket. It's only $10, and then you're part of a raffle to win some merchandise. And if you don't win that, just go ahead and go buy some merchandise. Be part of this. Get the poster, beautiful poster that was
Mm.
designed by somebody who does a lot of Broadway work, and merchandise that you can get so you can feel like you're a part of it. A special story, you guys, and a special opportunity for people to be close to a movie. How important is it for you in your career to take this next step? Dominic, do you think it's going to open more doors for you?
Oh, absolutely. I think that this is the first introduction to you know, a new occupation and a new field of work. So yeah, I think it'll open a lot of doors.
That's awesome. And you know what? I have a note here from one of the producers that said, "You're looking great. What's changed since we saw you last time?" I'm not sure if I should ask that of someone. You know, what's going on? Did you lose weight? Did you gain weight? What happened? But they said you look different. What's up, Dominic?
Yeah, I lost 80 pounds since the last podcast or interview we've had. Yeah.
You're not kidding.
No, I'm not.
That's a change. That's a
Yeah,
huge
it is a
change.
change.
How did you do that?
I picked up working out and I started eating more clean. You
Yeah.
know, half of me just wanted to change the way I lived, and half to prepare for this role as well. So yeah,
Wow.
just been working out. That's it.
That is super, super inspiring. Congratulations to you. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. So, Shannon, as we start to wrap up, I want each of you just to say one last thing to the audience to encourage them. These are people looking at the movie, wanting to get involved. Seeing the list of people involved is so impressive. You guys starting your career, I know you're going to do great things. So, Shannon, just one word of encouragement to people that are considering getting involved. Tell them how special this is.
This film is truly special, and to be a part of it is, you know, it's a different type of feeling because you're helping um, you're helping kids also in the future that who see this film.
Yeah.
Um, they're like I said, the different alternatives, the different choices that, you know, there isn't always one way to go to make it out of a situation. So I would say, please join us on this special journey. I promise we are going to make it terrific.
It's a special journey, and you can actually come on set in Mississippi and watch it being filmed and be really close to it. Who gets a chance to do that? You know, Dominic, you're still in high school, and it's not been an easy 2 years for kids in high school. I think a
Hmm.
lot of people have faced incredible challenge in the era of COVID. Challenges that, you know, while this movie is not about that, makes you kind of question sometimes your future. So, sort of a timely movie for kids that are trying to figure out where they belong, don't you think?
Yeah, I think this movie fits the time perfectly. I don't think
Yeah.
there is a certain time where this movie could have been made that would capitalize on the time than right now. I think it really reflects what we're all going through and what we're all thinking. Yeah.
Yep. It's unifying in that regard. So guys, exciting. Congratulations on all of this. And to those watching, keep track of these two young men. They're incredibly talented. And keep track of this movie. Go to MississippiScholarFilm.org. Get involved. Put your information in there. It's very easy to be part of a special project, unlike anything else. And trust me, all the people involved are first-rate, top-notch talent, and you won't regret getting involved in this movie. To both of you guys, Shannon and Dominic, thank you so much for being part of this interview tonight.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
I'll let you guys get back to your studies, and we'll just check ourselves out here with one last video. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.